how can we relate the word qadar with Japa mentality in seeking Allah's guidance?
Okay.
Because there are some persons who will certainly make it here, and there are some persons who will not make it here until they will need to relocate.
Are probably not here.
Exactly.
And that's the term we use.
His provision
Yes,
is
and
probably
he's not
not
here.
Exactly.
So how do we relate this
now?
to?
How do we get that spiritual guidance to know what to do and what not to do?
There are some people whose destiny is not abroad. Now let Chris they go carry come back. Have you not seen them? They just go, they just come back. They're not okay.
Yes.
That's all. I've seen people go abroad and come back, and they were worse than before they left. So it just shows us that any path that we are taking should do istikhara. Allah guide us.
Very
but
important.
we don't know.
Exactly.
We
Very
can say my destiny is abroad, but who tell you?
Exactly.
It may be in Nigeria.
Yeah.
It may be abroad. People have made more money in Nigeria that you see people paying school fees for their children abroad with naira.
Yes.
They'll go to the bank and say, okay. The issue is the bank that will be restricting them because they have the money.
Yes.
And they'll be paying. I can count 2 of my friends that they are here. One is in Lagos. We can understand that one. He built estates, all of that, big guy. His family is in the US. His children are going to private school. The Americans cannot go.
That is serious.
I have another one in Benin. You know him. All of you know him.
Yeah.
His family is in the UK. He is in Benin. Benin went dry. He's in Benin.
When me are you complaining about?
And his family, his children, they are all going to private school.
Wow.
In Scotland.
Wow.
Interesting.
So it's just qadar. It's just the way. If Allah wants to give you anywhere.
Yeah.
So we should just pray.
I think that's where we need to hammer on. If Allah wants to give you, He will give you
Anywhere. It doesn't have to be abroad. It doesn't have to be Nigeria. It can be anywhere.
So on this note, I will advise ourselves as well as our viewers out there that we should continuously seek Allah's guidance to guide us to our financial breakthrough.
Exactly.
Where we're going to get
because there's this thinking that once I go abroad,
exactly, it's done. It's a done deal.
You understand? It's not a good mentality.
Okay.
It shows that you think that it's abroad that is giving you the money.
True.
Ultimately, as Muslims, it's Allah that will give you.
True.
Yes.
So you can just say, I want to now let me try.
Okay.
If Allah makes it possible for me,
okay,
just do it with some humility.
Okay.
Not small thing. I don't live una for you. Live in a man that they suffer.
Exactly.
That we will suffer.
Exactly. Yeah.
And we've seen some cases where some persons who may be working in the bank or in a good government parastatals would dispose their property, their buildings.
Exactly. It's common. It's very common.
Travel abroad and getting there.
They find nothing.
Exactly. So, is it possible that we link this now to this qadar thing? Because this is the practice we now find. Before, it used to be people who really cannot make ends meet. You know, they go out there to struggle. But now we have people who are professionals who have a steady job. Let's say a couple, for example, the husband has a steady job, the wife has a steady job. They have cars, they have their own houses, like very good buildings. Children are going to the best of schools, but because they still want to go abroad, they sell all these things. Do away with them and they still go, and then perhaps they go out there and it's not as they expected. So how can we relate this now to qadar and you just make it relatable and let's just rationalize
maybe
this.
Those things they sold were not their own.
Okay. No, there are some people that I know firsthand, like I know them that these things are for them.
No, I agree.
Not like what stories I had.
They were not their own as far destiny, as far qadar.
Okay.
So you understand? Because I can be in government and I'll steal a lot of money.
Okay.
But or let me just say it normally, I can make a lot of money.
Okay.
But Allah's decreed that I will spend like 20 million. Okay. So maybe I'll die after I spend the 20 million, or maybe I'll foolishly put the 20 million, the remaining money somewhere. It wasn't meant for me.
Okay.
So at the end of the day, it's just people will just take the path that is decreed on their head.
Okay.
That is why it's just to pray and say, okay, Allah guide me. But some of them also do that, and it's a better investment.
Okay.
I've seen a bank manager that sold, or he was a bank manager, he sold everything. It's one of our brothers who know him.
Okay.
I don't want to call his name.
It's fine. It's okay. It's okay.
So, he sold everything he had, and people were like, "You are crazy." So he went to Canada. And then some months later, they sacked everybody on his level.
Oh.
So people were saying, you are wicked. Why do you not tell us? You knew. He said, I did not know. I just prayed. And I don't know Allah guide you to Canada, Shabbat. Let's leave that one for another discussion.
Yeah.
So we don't know at the end of the day.
Yes.
Yeah, because some people, we don't really know. Some people may land there and they'll just be close to one madrasa that will change their life. I have a brother in the UK and when he sent me his Sheikh's link, like I wanted to stop work to just be listening to the man.
Wow.
Like the man is vast, the man is sound. And they're kind of living together, experiencing everything together. He's learning from that man.
Wow.
That brother is having a better Islamic experience than me that is in Kano.
Wow.
So Allah can bless you anyway. Maybe that is why I don't know what happened in that case. But it was a good investment for him. He would have lost his job and everything. And then he rose very fast in that place. I don't know whether it was because of his position here. He's now in like their this people that collect money, what do you call them?
FRS.
Something like that. Is now high ranking in their own.
Okay.
So imagine, so it's not everybody
It's true.
that has made a bad decision by doing. That's why istikhara is just the
It's
way.
important. It's
Because
key.
you don't know. Now, you may do istikhara, Allah will lead you through that part that you lost everything. Because ultimately, it's not still the money that's the ultimate thing.
Exactly.
You understand? Maybe it is better for you to even lose those things. Maybe you lose it, you come back, maybe it will even strengthen your Islam. So we don't know. Allah knows. What people should stop is this mentality of, are you living for you now? You're the suffer. Like, you don't know that. You don't know that. You don't know that we'll suffer and you will enjoy. Just be humble about your Japa. And they are hardly humble.
Okay.
They are hardly
Yes, it's
humble.
true. It's true. It's
It's a
true.
useless country. I don't come out. I don't move. You know?
Okay, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen. Well said. I have particularly enjoyed myself. I told you guys from the beginning of this podcast that this man we are bringing to the studio is not an ordinary, regular, everyday kind of person. But Alhamdulillah, you have seen it yourself. You can see that I was not just making up this statement. Our brother has done justice to the topic of discourse, which has been around the Japa mentality. Should I go or I should stay back? This money making syndrome thing. So he has shared a lot of light on it from different perspectives, from different angles, Islamically and otherwise. And ultimately, the key is that we have to seek Allah's counsel. Istikhara is an important part. I mean, we do istikhara for every other thing in life. You want to get married, you are doing istikhara. You want to make a very important decision in your life, istikhara is there. So why should Japa not be incorporated into the istikhara line?
I'm surprised they did not use that point to tease you. You don't miss that key. Anytime you say
Let me quickly shape this in.
Okay.
For those of you out there
All right.
who still have the
Japa vibes.
Japa vibes,
Okay.
we are not here to discourage whoever wants to travel, but
we are saying
you
have the
should
right
have a
mentality.
vision.
Exactly.
Have the right mentality.
Be humble
of,
in it.
Yeah.
doing such thing.
Okay.
So also think of business you can also do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because to strive there, if you just imagine you earning in dollars while you are here.
Exactly. It's going to be awesome. But just to add a little bit to that too, don't just go out there, without you having some level of business experience in Nigeria. It's important. Start something here. Be used to all of the headaches and all of the challenges and the rigor that goes with managing a business in Nigeria. Then, of course, if you go out there where the systems are better, when things work more, then it means it's going to be probably easy peasy. So don't just go out there with zero business experience and attempt to start a business simply because you heard us talk about that on this podcast, and then come back tomorrow and start giving us some not so pleasant feedback. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala continue to guide us in all that we do, bless us in all our endeavors, and ultimately grant us al-Jannah to Firdaus, because that's the ultimate, right? Right? So it's better than whether you're in Canada or you are in, you can't even compare it. So before we call it a wrap, I'd just like to take just one thought, perhaps 30 seconds from each of us here. Okay, I'll be the one taking the last one. So I'd like to start from Sheikh Mahmood. Just give us your last thoughts as regards this topic. Final words.
Regards this topic, pray, do your istikhara. As a Muslim, you have to pray over whatever decision you want to take, for
Okay.
God to guide you.
Okay.
Because you might be thinking that what you are having in mind to do is the best thing for you.
Okay.
Meanwhile, it's not the best. And Allah knows what will
Thank
be
you.
best for you.
Not to repeat what he has said, I'll just bring another one. You should be humble.
Okay. Humility.
Humble. Don't think once I get there, I'll make it. It's still a
It's
decision that Allah will make for you. It's still Allah's decree. So be humble. Know that, okay, this decision you are taking may not be the best. Just pray like he has said.
Okay.
But don't raise your shoulder and say, yes, once I leave now, this will, no, it may not be like that. So be
Okay.
humble so that whatever comes to you will not now be like a bad thing.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Well, as for me, I would say there are a lot of things we can still do to make it in Nigeria.
Okay.
Just from the talks, discussions, we learned that even as content creators, you can make a whole lot of money that may even be better than those persons who are living there.
Nah.
Right? So as a Nigerian, as a youth, as a young person, look for something you can do, something legitimate, something lucrative that you can do right here in Nigeria before having or thinking about a Japa mentality. You know,
Okay.
you should even think more of what you can do here than how to travel out.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, and on my part, I'd like to say hard work pays, but of course, let's try as much as possible to put Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in all that we do. If you can work hard here, work smart here, not just working hard, but also work smart. Of course, act for Allah's rahmah and blessing in what you do. Inshallah, you can equally live a very good life in Nigeria without necessarily going abroad. But if you have the means and you want to go abroad, it's all fine. Alhamdulillah, I think this is a very good place to call it a wrap on today's podcast. I enjoyed myself and I'm sure my brothers also did.
Sure.
Okay, and of course, we want to thank our guest, Brother Farouk Owojehere, for creating time from his very busy schedule. Now, I have to say that this is something we had planned long before now, like to bring him in, but he's been so busy. But alhamdulillah, some matters came up and, you know, it just facilitated his being here. We thank Allah for that. So until we see you on the next one, we remain your brothers in Iman, and we are saying Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.